Hi everyone, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Debbie Paul from Creative Thoughts for You. I do hope you're all keeping well during these difficult times. It hasn't been easy for quite a few of us. So I thought I would bring you another video to sort of give you some inspiration and some ideas. So today I thought we would make this card. Now I posted a similar card on my Facebook page on Friday, which I gave to my dad for his birthday, and I thought for those of you that would like to make it, these are the instructions. So I've got a few more cards to show you at the end of the video with different features, so it might give you a bit more of an idea on what you can actually make. So here we go, and if I find my cardstock, there it is. Right, okay. First of all, I'll run through a few of the things that we're going to need. We're going to need a piece of Whisper white cardstock, which measures 10.5 by 5 1/4. I've then scored it in the middle at 5 1/4, giving me a card size of 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. I've taken a piece of Pacific Point colour cardstock, which measures 5 by 5. And again, a piece of Whisper white cardstock, which measures 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. You're also going to need a Pacific Point ink pad, a red Stampin' Right marker, the Itty Bitty Birthday stamp set, or any stamp set of your choice that has a sentiment on you like, the balloon punch, obviously scissors, dimensionals, glue. We need a little bit of thread as well for the balloon. Piece of Whisper red white stock. Real red cardstock for the balloon, and I should use my Stamparatus as well. So all these items can be actually found in the new catalogue that came out on the 3rd of June. So I'm not going to run through that now, but if you need a catalogue, then please inbox me and I will gladly supply you with one. Now I'm going to first of all take the piece of Whisper white cardstock, and I have actually made a template out of a piece of card. Now this piece of card actually measures, it's slightly bigger than what my actual card size is, and the reason for this is that I can actually put my stencil face down. I can then put my cardstock on the top, and I can tape it, just using a bit of masking tape, into the centre of that card, if you can see, so it's equal on all 4 sides. Pop that down and pop that down, and then we flip it over and you have your cards, your stencil lined up nicely in the centre of your card. Now I'm going to take the Pacific Point ink, and I'm going to be using a new blending brush today. These sadly aren't supplied by Stampin' Up, but I thought I would give them a go rather than the Daubers, and I actually find they're actually really nice to use, and they blend the ink a little bit better. So I'm going to tap it on my ink, tap it on the pad, and then just gradually bring it into the heart like this. So tap it again, bring it back in, tap it again, bring it in. You can see this stencil is actually well used, so I'm holding the edges as I go around it because I don't want it going underneath the stencil and bleeding. So as you can see, I'm holding it and going round. Now you probably don't think you're putting a lot of ink on the cardstock, but believe me, when you actually lift it up and you look at it, you are putting a lot more than you would imagine you are. So when you're happy with what you've done, let's try and get that a bit darker. I've got a mark there which I'm not happy with. Okay, try and keep blending this so I can get that mark out. I like to leave a little bit of white on in the one place on the heart, because it gives it a bit of, like, it's got a bit of shine to it, It makes it like it's got some depth. Right. When you're happy with what you've done, so you can see I've put a lot more on the one side than I have the other. There we go. Just trying to get this. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I just don't like the fact I've got marks on my card, so I'm going to keep going till I'm happy with how it looks. There we go. Put a little bit more at the top there. I think that's fine. Right. Put my pad away. And then we're going to be lifting the stencil off, and there you see it's nicely centraled in the piece of your card. Take the paper off, sticky tape off the back, save that for another project. Right, there we go. Right, what I'm going to do now is, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to put that to one side. I'm actually going to take a piece of scrap paper on my Stamparatus, and I'm going to be using this set, which is a retired set, but I think you could use any sort of animal that you've got, or even flowers for this. So I'm just chose this because I know the person that's getting the card likes pandas, so I'm just going to position that on my on my white cardstock, push it down, get my black ink, which I haven't got yet, and I'm going to stamp, trying to get as much coverage as I can because I do like him to be quite dark. Press down, and you see he's a bit too faded for my liking, so I'm going to give him another shot with the ink, and I will keep going until I'm happy with the black result, which is getting there. This might take a few attempts because I'm fussy, like I said, but we're definitely getting there, so yeah. You can also, if you're not happy with the result, you can actually colour over with a black pen. It doesn't really matter, you've got the outline there, so you can actually colour the bits in with a black pen if you wish. I just like going over and over it with the you could use a stays on ink, which would probably give it a better black colour. This is Memento black, but stays on might sort of give it, you wouldn't need so many coats. Give it a bit of more of a press. Oh, and I've got on his belly, look. Oh dear. Never mind. Right. Now, what we're going to do is clean my stamp off. Use a baby wipe, I haven't got my chamois to hand. Now, that's all we're going to do with that. Now I'm going to fussy cut him out, which I'm actually not going to do in the video. I'm going to cheat because I've already done one. So here's the one I've done earlier. Cut him all out, and what I'm going to do now is take a white marker and I'm going to colour his little hat in with the red. I like using the brush tip on these. I might do it over again in a minute, depending on what it turns out like. You don't have to, you can use the other end if you want to, if you find it easier. Okay, then we're going to take the balloon punch with the scrap piece of red card. Open them up, and we're going to just put in the big balloon. I don't want the little balloon, I'm saving my card, so I'll just punch out a big balloon. And then I'm going to get a white gel pen, and I'm just going to put a little line on it like that and a dot, so that it gives it some shine. Right, now I'm going to take my base, take my blue cardstock, and I'm going to glue up the bottom of this. Don't need a lot. And I'm going to position it on my base, moving it around if I have to. There we go. And then I'm going to take the white piece that we stenciled on, and I'm going to put some glue on the back of that. And I'm going to line that up nicely too. When you're happy, so just glue that down. Now, wait for that to dry for a few seconds. I'll get some thread. I'm going to cut a piece of, this is just black yarn I had in my sewing box. You could use black cotton, you could use anything you wanted to really. Right, and I'm going to get these out. Now these, unfortunately, they're assorted pom-poms. They were in the Spring Summer catalogue, and they've sadly, they're not on offer anymore. They're Stampin' Up! Don't offer them. They went out with the old catalogue on the 3rd of June. So but you don't have to use these. You can just use the, you can just colour the pom-pom in on the end of the hat, or just leave it as it is. Right, now I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to put them on the back of the panda. These aren't Stampin' Up! Dimensionals either. These are my own personal stash because I couldn't get hold of any Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. So I'm just going to pop those on my little panda, chopping off any little bits sticking out. And I'll put a little bit on his hat. And I'll put a little piece on his feet. Or his foot, should I say. Oh, I might put it on his arm actually. No, I won't. I'll put it on his foot. Oh, we'll go that way. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to do the same with the balloon. So I'm just going to, you can use normal dimensionals. I'm just using some scraps up because I need to get some room in my drawers because I'm overflowing with craft items at the moment. So that's why I'm using these leftover bits. Now I'm going to put a tiny piece of this right at the bottom of the balloon here. That, oops, you're going to come up a bit higher. There we go. You'll see why I did that in a minute. Right. Now, back to my stamp apparatus. Put those to one side. Now, right, I'm going to position my card in here. I try and position it along a line, so I'm going to use that thick black line there, and I'm just going to hold it in place with some other magnets, not like that but like that. I'm going to be using these Itsy Birthdays, and I'm going to be using Awesome at Any Age. Now I'm going to put this moving. That's it. I want it somewhere there. So what I'm gonna do is put it. I hope you can see me okay. I'll make sure it's up the right way, of course. Right, I'm gonna stamp that down there. And then I'm just going to double check that I've actually put it on straight. Now, if you look on the Stamparatus, you've got graph lines, and to me that looks pretty good. So I'm actually going to use my Memento ink now, stamp this onto the card. There we are. Do it another time. I think that's a bit wonky, but never mind. W doesn't seem to want to come out, does it? Perhaps I'm not leaving it on long enough. That's it, that'll do. So take that off. And we have our sentiment on our pop that to one side, bring our card back in. Now all I have to do now is take our little panda, take the back off like this, and stick him. Right, now I think I'm gonna pop him, I don't know, probably about there. I'm not going to push it down yet. Now with this one, the balloon, I'm going to take the paper off the back, and what I'm going to do is put the thread that I've got, I'm going to put it up there so it holds, so it looks like it's actually coming off the bottom of the balloon there, look. So that's it. And then I'm going to pop that on my card. And I'm going to cut this a bit down a bit. And then I'm going to just raise my panda up and put it so that it looks like it's coming from his hand. Perhaps I need to cut a bit more off. There we go. That's better. And then we can position it like that so it looks like he's holding it. That's it. I've got a bit there for some reason. I'll trim that off. If you want to, you can put a little bit of glue on his hand and just hold that down for a few seconds. I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on the top of his hat, and then I'm going to stick one of these miniature pom-poms. Like I said, you can just colour the panda does come with a little bit on the top, so you can cut around that and colour that in if you wanted to. I just thought I'd use the pom-poms up because I'd got them. Right, and there's a card. Simple as that. It's and you can put any sentiment on it you want to. So that's not quite dry there, is it yet? Let's hold that for a few minutes. Right, here are some cards I made as well using this design, but I varied it with the creatures, like there's a panda on that one. I've done a flower on that one, different sentiment. I've done an elephant on this one. And finally, I think this is my favourite actually, I've done the pig on this one, again with a different sentiment. So they're all slightly different, but I just like the way they've all turned out. So anyway, I hope you like my video. I do hope you'll tune in again. Just take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.